I hope we already starting late. So
if we do, I have to give him some extra, man, because I feel bad going over, and you guys just be like, yeah, we went over, and it's just like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Throw him a couple more dollars, right, Matt?
Matt, he gonna.
Am
cover.
I right?
If we go over, Rob gonna cover.
Huh? Oh, we love.
Oh. Well, welcome to Open Up Forum. Talk about anything and everything and give you a college perspective on it. I'm here with my crew because we on live.
Yes.
I'm here with my crew, Ronald McConaughey.
Yes, sir.
Rob the Little Lion.
Morning,
cousin
afternoon, evening.
Kenny is back again. What's up, man?
Kenny Handy. Is
That's
it Kenny or is it Kenny?
Oh, I like the lotion.
Kenny. I like the lotion.
Kenny.
Smells good. Everything.
My name is Kenneth. Yes,
You got a middle name?
I do.
Mind your
okay.
business.
Praise
That's
God.
what he said. Mind your
Praise God.
business.
All right. I knew it was something I liked
Praise
about
God,
you
'cause you got a
outside
middle
just the
name?
cowboy gear.
Yeah. Outside the cowboy. Yeah.
I believe that everybody should have a middle name.
Why you believe that?
I don't know, just something about it. I got one. I just feel comfortable with people that got middle names.
Oh, so if they ain't got a middle name, you ain't comfortable with them?
Not all the time.
Mm.
Just being honest.
Yeah, just being crazy.
I ain't comfortable with guys that don't have mustaches.
Oh,
Wait a minute. When the first time you came in, you didn't have a mustache. So you sure you want to say that?
well, I got a little mustache.
Yeah, I cut mine down. I could grow it in.
I don't have a beard.
but I could get a beard.
I can go either way.
I
I
shave
keep
it.
it.
Man, my
Shave it
beard.
off.
This side here can connect, but this side be like, I'm almost there.
All right, y'all know we live, right?
Can
Yeah,
you reach?
but that's all right.
Can you reach?
People know we human because we live.
Go ahead, man. Start it off.
I did already. Rob the Little Lion and Kenny. I said, all right.
Okay.
So
Before we
anyway,
go any
continue.
further with this, right? I would like to first of all start this off with an apology to
What
all the
happened?
indigenous people and all the black people here in America, because Ron said that there was what do you call that? Colonization that wasn't
Yeah.
Tic
Don't worry
Tac, sorry.
about
yeah, Tic
Tic
Tac.
Tac. Ron said there was
Tic Tac.
colonization that was peaceful. He made it seem like there was such thing as peaceful colonization, but I want to say for the record that has not been reported as the case in the Americas, in North America, Central America, or South America. That
Or
has
nowhere
never-
else on the
That
planet.
has never been the case. I want to say that and start this off with apology for anybody who took offense by that, because you should take offense by that, because that's not accurate information at all. I would just like to say that.
Okay, so let me
Rebuttal.
just throw that in there real quick. For those of you that listened, you knew what I was saying. That's all I got to say about that. For those of you that listened, you knew what I was saying.
What was you saying?
No. Let's not. Let's not.
I
We can
said-
review.
I said the initial.
Bring it up. Get it on YouTube. Pull it up what he said, and then
We,
Yeah.
we know what he said. He know what he said. Go ahead.
I
Go
said
ahead.
the
why would he
initial-
say he didn't say that?
I said
We
the
know he said it.
initial people, the first people that came over, did not come over with that intention. That's what I said.
And that's
No.
what we're debating
No.
right there. That's the
No,
dispute.
because he said the initial English people. He was only talking about the English.
That's right.
He only said English. He wasn't even
That's
talking
right.
about the first people that were here, because the first people that came here were not from England. So if he was saying that, then he was really wrong. But he was still wrong about saying that the English
What are you
people
talking
didn't
about?
colonize with violence too. You see, he was still wrong.
Okay.
Either way you want to go.
So
And see-
who were the first English people that
We're
came
off,
over? Did y'all
people.
research
We're
that?
off.
No, I didn't have to. No.
Right in.
I didn't even
Right
want
in.
that. That's not even what I
So
was
did
trying to
you
find out.
research the first people that came over from England?
Yeah, no, not from England.
Did you
No,
research the
that's
first
not
people
even
that
what we
came over
wanted to
from
find
England?
out. That's not
I
what
didn't
we
know I
wanted
was
to find
supposed
out.
to.
There was absolutely
Okay.
no such thing as colonization in the Americas, North America, South America, or Central America. There was no such thing as colonization in those countries or whatever continents without violence, without death. And they also brought diseases over here, as Kenneth was saying, that killed the Indians, that killed the indigenous people to this land, because the people to this land was not immune to those diseases. They never had
But that's
diseases
still
like that.
happening today. So we can take that all into account.
So again, I'm gonna say it
Yeah,
again.
that's not what we're
For
not.
those of you
we're not arguing what we're not arguing.
who
We're only
paid
arguing
attention to
we
what
thought
I
was
said,
wrong.
if you doubt what I said, please go back and catch it again and listen very carefully. Because matter of fact, if you look at what I said, you can actually read the captions as they come up. If you catch the
You was pretty much saying the
snippets.
first people that came over here peacefully, just looking to, I don't know, make
He
friends.
said colonize. He said colonize, though. He said colonize.
He said they
but
was
were
coming
gonna
here to
colonize.
colonize.
I said
Yeah,
to
he said
settle.
they were going to
I said to
get
settle.
that mindset so
to
Okay,
to
to
settle
settle.
plane, and then they were just going to settle.
Your thought is they came to settle here peacefully. They just came to find new
peaceful
land.
coexistence, you believe?
They just
I said
wanted
the
to find a
first
new land.
people. I said the first people that came over from
No, because you
England.
only talking about the first English. You only talking about the first people from
You said
England. You weren't even talking about the first people.
I
'cause the
just
first
said
people
that.
from
I
here
just said
were
the
not
first.
from England.
Rob, calm down,
we
brother.
took care of this in the last.
Calm
No,
down, bro. You're
because
spiraling.
when
I
we
thought we
looked
took
at
care
when
of
we
it.
looked
You're
at that
spiraling,
tape, when we
dude.
looked
You're
at that tape,
spiraling.
we said there's no way that we can let this go and let that be said. Because
Okay.
if anybody's listening that's pro-black like I am, I'm gonna speak for myself.
Okay.
Mhm.
I do not want them to be angry at me for letting that stuff
And
out
yet
there. But
you're,
like
you're
that's the truth.
arguing a
It's not-
point that you have not researched. Period.
Okay.
You're arguing a point that you have not researched
Hey,
because
did
you
you
want to
research?
stand on
Hey,
a
yeah.
narrative that's already documented.
Hey,
Did I
hey,
not say, Kenneth and Rob and Sean, did I not say that what you're talking about was already documented?
Mm-hmm.
Did I not say that?
Yeah, but we going
No. Yes or no? Yes or no?
But we're
Yeah,
going
you
off
did.
track.
Yes or
All I
no?
want to say is this, right?
Yes or no?
And I'm going to leave it as this, right?
I can't get
There
an
was
answer.
never any
I'll let you know.
colonization of the Americas without violence, death, and disease. That's all I'm saying. And if anybody thinks that there was, then I disagree with you.
Well, that's
Period.
already
When you just have to disagree with millions of
I
scholars.
think he's saying that the first jokers that jumped off the boat, those people wasn't violent.
those
I
people
disagree
weren't
with that.
I
intending.
disagree with that
Those
too.
people
I
weren't
disagree.
intending to be violent.
I think
Right.
they came over here to colonize, and with colonizing, you need violence. You need killing. You need murder. You need all those
the
things.
first-
Regardless of anywhere, because we
Anywhere
all
on
know
the
that
planet.
happened anywhere
Right.
they ever went. There ever was colonization. We all know that there always was violence, murder, and everything like that. And here in the Americas, that was the case also.
I don't think nobody
That's all
came
I'm saying.
from nowhere else looking for the new land just to be friends.
to be peaceful.
just to come over here. Hey, let's
And if
just
anybody
mix
was
with these
offended by
people.
that, we apologize.
So all I'm saying is,
Yeah,
were they
please
called
don't be offended
colonists
by that.
That came off, or they was called settlers, the first people off the boat.
Of course, they was
Call it
called
whatever you
settlers.
want to call
All
it.
right.
It was called settlers.
Okay, so they was looking to settle,
but
right,
the
in a
settlers.
new country, in a new area, a new place other than England, right?
But y'all keep talking
Okay,
about
but when you
England, and
settled
there's
in
no
somebody
place-
else's land,
But who was I
how
talking
many
about?
times did that go peacefully?
You
That
just
could
said
come-
I was-
English wasn't
you're,
peaceful.
you're,
They
con- you're
settled
contradicting
peacefully.
your
All
own
right,
self.
so when you settle peacefully,
Yeah, you're
how did they
contradicting
come
yourself. You're
together
spiraling,
with the
bro. You're
natives
spiraling.
that were already here and have what they call Thanksgiving?
I mean, they set up.
did.
They,
Force
they,
them to
they
cook their
set up
food?
peace
No,
treaties.
no. What they
Did they-
did
did
was
they
between
commune?
themselves.
they did the.
They had working communities of interactions because they had to be intercultural because
All
they
he's
didn't
saying
know
is
the
the first
land.
ones came over,
All I'm talking about the
Probably
first
settled.
people from England.
and then there's other ones that came over after.
That's
So
all
they
I
just
wanted
said.
to take over.
I think the first people that came over just was warming them up for the people.
First
to
of all,
come
the first people that
after.
came over here were Vikings. And if you really think Vikings came over here and they were
No,
trying to be
Vikings were
peaceful,
Are we
pirates,
talking
then
about the
they was
first
Vikings,
people to come
pirates,
over
whatever you
here?
wanna call
Or,
pirates.
okay,
Yeah,
hold
they
up.
Vikings,
See,
pirates.
now, see,
now
America,
that's
this
a
is the
whole-
problem,
that's a whole
America.
nother
This is the
story.
problem. When you have
You
people
can't
that
merge
can't
all
stick
of
to the
them.
narrative, you got
Do we
people that
merge
are
all of them?
already confused.
The Vikings
Because what
against
they're
the colonies,
talking
we
about-
merge them now?
We went from the
What do you mean?
first people that
Because
came
we-
over.
you got
My
a version
argument
of
was
people
my
came over
argument.
the
Hold on, we got
continent.
two.
That's
You
it.
got two conversations
All I'm
going
saying,
on.
all
Oh,
I'm
he's
saying,
talking to y'all. I'm talking to the people.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
get one
yeah. So,
conversation.
He's
Yeah.
addressing y'all. I'm
We can't
addressing
do
the
that.
people.
so what I'm saying is, you got a version of people who came
I
over to
listen.
dominate, to destroy. But then you had other people just come over to settle.
Mm.
We merging the two?
We disagree.
Are we
with
merging
that.
the two?
I don't
We-
believe
we
in the
disagree
other
Well,
people
with
that
see,
that.
came
see,
over
this
just
is
to
why we
We
had two
completely
different
disagree with
discussions.
that. That's
You
why we
talking to
merging
them,
it.
and I'm
We-
talking to America
We completely
because
disagree with
whenever you have
Yeah.
the whole point of
get
this
it.
whole hold up,
So how we get
the
Thanksgiving?
whole point of this whole discussion that we're having right now,
that. It was a lie.
right now,
So
is
Thanksgiving
because
is built on a lie.
they came
so
up
it's built on a
here.
lie.
They came up here
Yes.
Okay,
saying
so
that
we don't come together.
I was
family.
wrong, and they can't let that go. That's what this is all about.
Yeah, we do.
Now you just had Rob
we do
say
now.
There's a lot
the
of
first
things-
people to come over were Vikings. But we weren't talking about the first people. He just said that to me. We're not talking about the first people because it wasn't in English. So my statement was about the first people from England. See, when you got somebody that can't stick with the narrative, it's because they're already confused about what the narrative
we
is.
believe that the first people that came from England, we still believe that those people were here to colonize
and they were just as
and-
violent
and
as anybody else.
and colonizing anywhere you go. If you're
Mhm.
colonizing it, you're going to need violence.
Especially on the Americas.
Okay, so
did
like
we,
again,
did we
Because
I
it's
just
research that?
documented.
and I just asked both of you, did
Did
you
we-
research
did
that?
we
You said,
research
no,
that?
you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't. We never said we didn't research that. Yeah, we
Research
researched
that.
We
Yes.
researched colonization
Alright,
so
in America.
Where is it?
So y'all
we
researched the first
We
English.
researched
Where is it?
colonizations in America.
You researched the first English coming over here.
We researched the colonizations.
What was the
in
first
America.
English boat to come over here?
No, I didn't feel a need because the first boat that are you talking about? Like which one are you talking? Are you talking about? Are you talking about the history that they taught us, like the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, and all that nonsense that
That's
they taught
not
us?
English. That's not English.
And-
That's not
no,
English.
No, I'm not
That's
saying
not
that, but I'm
English.
just saying a lot of this stuff that they taught us about these people coming over here from
Brothers
other
and
places.
sisters,
What's not true?
We are
What's
engaged
not
now.
true?
So what
Hot
is the
topic
truth?
conversation
Well,
for
okay,
these
I tell
two
you what.
brothers.
So what is
I
the
tell you
truth?
what. If you guys believe that you know the
Because
truth, you go ahead.
they
Tell me.
want
No,
to
you're the one who just
Tell me
have a
you know.
conversation
We telling you our version.
about
You were
colonization,
telling us something else.
but they
What is
haven't
it?
researched the first English.
No,
to
That's
come
what
over.
we trying to say. What is it?
And that's
see
the
what I'm saying?
No,
problem.
ain't no one say nah.
Everything they're talking about
Because you
colonization
supposed to research
is
this. Because you the
documented.
one who came on the mic.
Everything they're
and
talking about
apologize to the
colonization
people.
and
Now
the
prove
violence
it.
is
Okay.
documented.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
not-
let's
listen,
prove- all right, what's the first boat?
We're not arguing
What's
that.
the first
We're not
boat?
arguing that.
Now listen.
From England.
Now listen. No European colonization of the Americas was entirely without violence or death.
Was what?
No European colonization of the Americas was entirely without violence
Stop right there.
or deaths of the Native Americans.
Stop
And
right. Stop right there.
As my cousin said, and also they brought
Was
many
what?
diseases.
What's that word again? No colonization.
No
of-
European.
no European
people
colon-
from European.
No
No
European
people from Europe
colonization.
ever colonized America.
Was what? What was that word they used?
No
Entirely.
No European
Entirely.
colonization of the Americas was entirely without violence.
Entirely without.
Entirely
violence.
makes our case.
Entirely
not yours.
without
Right.
means what?
It means that there was some violence at some point
That's right.
with all of it.
Oh,
Right.
wasn't-
All of it.
wasn't
So there
entirely
was
Yeah,
some
that's what that
violence
means.
at some
So
point.
it was some that wasn't.
Why do y'all want this to be true? So
I'm
bad?
not trying to
It's
make it
not
true.
We just trying to
why
get
you-
you to
why you
understand.
pushing for violence?
With
Why
violence.
you
But
pushing for
Rob,
violence?
because
That
it's true.
It's saying right there that it's not
Matt,
entirely.
You want to mute us all,
You know
Matt?
what
not
entirely means?
entirely.
Do you know? You didn't even listen to what I said.
Yes, I
said,
did.
I said no European colonization of
Right.
the Americas was entirely without violence.
Entirely
that
without.
That means all of them.
No,
Oh, that means what do you mean?
no. That means
means
there
all
was
of
there
them,
was some
violence.
there was
means it
some that
some
was
that
not
was
violent.
Wow, I don't know. You
Entirely
you wanna look up
without.
the word entirely because I don't think you guys got the right idea of entirely.
Wow.
I don't think
Really?
you guys got the right idea.
Entirely
Anyway,
without, brother.
Yo, the people who
It
are
don't say
listening,
all.
the people who are listening, just know that I'm
Don't
not
say
saying
all.
that. Just know what I
I
am
know it's
saying.
between all
because-
and entirely.
Yeah, well, entirely and all.
Without.
Isn't that like the same? Basically?
Entirely without.
Entirely.
In- Entirely without.
So that means most of it was with,
We can give you
violence,
that.
right?
But did I
there
not
was
say
no-
what you guys are talking? How many times did I
Okay,
tell
so-
y'all?
okay.
All we're
What y'all
saying
said
that
is
there,
documented.
there was no okay.
All right,
no
so-
European colonization of the Americas was entirely without violence. As they said it was some without violence, and they said it was none that was entirely without violence. No.
Right. So we
Right.
can concede
Right.
that most of it was violent, and then there was a little piece that wasn't violent. And who was that? Name.
The
tell me who they
the
was.
earliest ones that came over, which is what I said.
And who were they?
Those were the people that came over from England. Early
were those
English
people?
settlers came over, right?
Who was those people? Because you asked us to study who they was. I'm asking you, who were they?
Those were the
Quakers,
people-
Puritans.
What boats did they
Right.
come over?
They came over earlier.
Yeah. What was the name of their boat?
I don't know the name of the boat.
Okay.
You know what? You know what?
That's
you know
all we're
what?
saying.
Yeah. Let me do this. Let me do this.
Because the
I-
name of
I
their boat is
forgot the
irrelevant.
name.
That's why he didn't know it. That's why we don't
The
know it,
first
because it's really
English.
irrelevant. the name of the boat. It's a relevant point. So it doesn't make
irrelevant.
anybody's argument either way.
All right, so my thing is, all right, so if that's irrelevant, so what's relevant?
What's
At
relevant?
this point,
He asked.
So-
he
Okay,
asked
so we got
because
John
disputing.
Cabot, you got William Weston, you got the Jamestown settlers in 1607. The first arrival of the English was sponsored by John Cabot in 1497, but they didn't stay. A matter of fact,
So you saying those are the people that didn't do
matter
violence?
of fact,
But they said they didn't stay.
the
So
first
if you
two
can't stay
or
without
three
colonization,
English colonies in America
They didn't stay. They
died.
didn't colonize.
They died.
colonize.
They died.
If they didn't stay, they didn't colonize. Colonizing is staying.
They couldn't survive,
Okay, so those people didn't colonize.
but they came over. They didn't come over killing Indians, Native Americans,
Those
indigenous
people
people.
didn't colonize.
They didn't come over killing indigenous people. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
guys, we're
That's all I'm
talking. We're
saying.
talking.
If
We're
that's the
clearly
case,
we're clearly
my
only
thing-
saying we're clearly only saying that any colonization of America that ever took
Mhm.
place in the Americas, North, South, Central America, was always some violence was there, some death was there, and
Right,
they
not
brought diseases.
disputing.
And I'm not
They-
disputing that.
well,
I've
we're not
never disputed that.
We're not disputing
I don't
that.
know why you
We're-
can't hear English. I've never disputed
Yeah.
that.
No. What?
Can we
I
just talk
said
regular?
that what
Do we
you're
have to not
saying
say like
is
we don't
saying
hear English
the
and things like that. Can we just talk,
intent
you know,
when
like
they first-
respect
Right,
people?
but you're
I'm seeking respect
It's not.
with everybody. I'm
yeah,
not
but
saying
you're
anything bad
saying
about
you're
nobody.
saying that I'm wrong for what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, well, you were
and
wrong.
I'm
yes, I believe it was wrong.
Yeah,
we
but
still
I believe it
stand.
was-
I still
I'm
stand
telling
on
you,
that.
I'm
It
telling
was
you what
wrong.
I
Yeah.
First
said.
people came over here with the intent
I
to
said
colonize.
what
Whether they
you
was successful or
said
not.
is documented. Did I not say that?
Mm.
Did I not say what you said is documented?
all right.
Did I not say that? Did I
Yes,
not
you
say
said
that?
that.
Thank you. And
Yes,
then I
you said that.
and I
But
said
you
what I
also
said
stood
was
on the
in
fact
the
that-
beginning.
That's right, and that's
In the
still,
beginning.
That's still the point that we are disputing. We still don't believe that there were the first.
But then you
couple
don't
people.
believe it.
But there
You
wasn't.
don't
There was
believe it.
no
It doesn't
proof.
mean that it's not.
There was
it
no
didn't
proof
happen.
given on either side that the first people that came here didn't intend to colonize and kill and murder. I haven't heard you prove that point
And
yet.
there's no proof that they did.
The proof that they did was the fact that the colonizing, killing, and murder happened
What year?
most
What
likely
year?
right away.
If the first
The
people to come
smallpox-
over, if the
the
first people
smallpox
that came
in
over came over in the 1400s, right?
Okay.
If they came over in the 1400s, but you have the first settlement in the 1600s that actually lasted.
And that's when the smallpox
Right.
started, the 1600s.
1600s.
Yeah.
So you got the 14, you got the 15, you got like 200 years, roughly, give or take.
But the people that you're talking about that came over in the 1400s wasn't from England. They wasn't from that side. They wasn't from Europe.
They were from Europe, but not England.
What part of Europe were they from?
Norway.
So John Cabot was from Norway.
I didn't say that. I never said that. I
Who
never
you
said
say?
John Cabot was from Norway.
I just
John-
read that.
I
I just read that
John
John Cabot. He was from England. I just read John Cabot. He was from England. I just read that.
And he came over in 1400.
William Weston, 1497. William Weston. I just read that.
All
These
right,
people,
okay.
it's documented. Now I'm saying this to say this.
And he came over to what?
Claim land. For
Explore,
England. Claim land for England.
claim.
Claim.
Well,
land
see,
All
for
right.
you-
England.
So what's the difference
get
between
off on
claiming
because-
land and colonizing? Because if you know,
okay.
if you know there's a place that people's already living there, right? They're not going to just let you come over and say, "Hey, man, this is mine now." They're not going to do that. So that's why you have to colonize them. You might have to be friendly with them at first and have your Thanksgiving dinner and do all of this nice stuff,
Matt, you hearing
so
this?
you can get them in there,
You
so
listen
you
to what
can
he's
go
saying?
get 'em,
Mhm.
right?
That's what we saying.
Okay, so
No,
if you're saying,
not what
all
y'all-
right, hold on, Ryan, hold on, wait. If they're saying in that premise that the first people came over wasn't killing because they had to get in, had to get in with the people to order to kill them, then that, yeah, I might agree with that.
Then
but-
go ahead and agree
but-
with that.
My
I'll
point
accept
still
that.
is
I'll
their
accept that.
their intent.
I'll accept that.
Their intent was to colonize. So they couldn't just come in guns a-blazing. So they had to play nice.
Okay,
But their
so
intent was still to do what actually happened.
and I don't disagree with you because I said that's documented.
All right, but that's not really coming in there being nice. That's
But
that's,
I
that's,
said the
that's
first people.
executing
Okay,
the plan.
okay. So the whole point of the explorations that they had into other regions
Was
and
to
everything.
colonize. not to play nice with
Not necessarily, because
people.
some
But that's
people,
what eventually happened.
some
Do you
people,
know anything about the history of Hispaniola?
yeah,
you know
a
anything about the history of
little bit, a
Hispaniola?
little bit. Now,
Because what you're saying is like totally like it's offensive to anybody that's Native American.
It's a little
It's
offensive,
offensive
but
to anybody that's Native American.
Bro,
it's
listen
like
to
it's
me.
almost
The
like
people
a
that they
victim
kill, the
only,
number of
blaming.
it's
people that they
only
killed,
I don't say
offensive
Native
number of people
Americans
that
been
they
Native
driven off their
Americans
land.
and
I ain't
indigenous
never-
people
I ain't never
because
said that.
you're trying to make it
We all
something
know
that I'm not
who really
saying.
took over
Come on, man.
these
That's
countries.
like
We all
that's-
know that.
All right. Some
But
of
what
the
I'm
people
saying is,
that was released from the land of England that came to America, and this is also documented. Some of them were murderers. Some of them were killers. Some of them were
it was
rapists.
prisoners.
same as the people that they
Some
sent to
were thieves.
Australia. And the
poor
Australian, they
people
did the
too.
same thing
Right.
in Australia as they did here.
They
So
was-
yes, he's making our
and
point.
That is the second and third wave.
the people.
That's all I've been
England
saying.
got rid of their garbage, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this.
The garbage people they got rid of.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you
Send
this.
them
Y'all
over
say-
here
Because
to
I
a
think
new-
we're only arguing about
new
one
area.
point. I think
Right.
we're only arguing about one point. I think we can get through this, right? Now we're saying that there was absolutely no colonization of the Americas, North, Central, or South America, that came without violence. We're talking about colonization now. Now, do you guys believe that there was a time that there was colonization without violence? Is that what y'all saying? Do y'all believe that there
Peaceful
was?
colonization.
Yeah. Are y'all saying that? Do you think it was a peaceful colonization with
What
never
we're saying
no
is
violence?
the first settlers.
Settlers.
There you go. Settlers were not violent.
You're saying from England, though. You're not
When,
saying
you,
from the
when,
first
when these
people
when these
at all.
guys are talking
Just
about
England.
England, we
Okay,
talk
but,
about
all right, but we're
when you
asking
guys are talking
a
about
specific
colonization.
thing. We're talking about colonization.
Yes.
Right now, are you saying that there was a people that came over here and colonized the Americas without violence and without death?
I didn't.
Are you
no,
saying
I'm
that?
not saying.
No, you're not saying.
He's
that.
saying the first.
As long as he's not saying that, we
He's
good.
saying
The
they
first
kind of what they're saying.
settlers.
Let me kind of bring this home. What they kind of saying is the first settlers played nice with the natives.
Well,
Right?
he's talking about just the English now. He don't talk
Okay,
about English.
okay,
settlers.
right.
They only talk about
They
English.
played nice with the
Right.
settlers.
We're only talking about the
otherwise
English.
they
And
got
that's
off
what-
off
that's
the
what
boat
created-
blazing.
That's what created Thanksgiving and all of that. The facade that they were coming to play nice.
The fake narrative.
The fake narrative, right? That's what they're talking about. There was a fake narrative of playing nice with the natives,
For sure.
but that was a plan. That was plan one. That was step one in a 10-point plan of colonization. So was they really being nice? Was
No.
they really having Thanksgiving
No.
and caring about breaking bread?
No.
No, it was not doing
No.
that.
All right, so the English knew that this will go back to the first show. So they knew the land before they got here.
They didn't have to know the land. They knew there was people there, and they knew that the people wouldn't just give it to them.
So what I'm saying is, so how? All right,
Let me ask
So
y'all a
you had-
question.
you had farmers come
I'm not
from-
going to do it. I'm not
from-
going to do it.
from
I'm not
England?
going to do it. I'm not.
you
gonna
had
do it.
No,
farmers.
like you said,
I'm not going
the second and third wave of people
I'm
might
not
have
gonna do
been
it.
your murderers, your trash, like you said, right?
All right, so the first people on that
They
on
was
that
just there.
NKP
They
were
was just
settlers.
the first people
Who
was
were
just they was just there to execute the first part of the plan, which was
Okay,
to play nice,
so play nice and do what?
get them to put their guard down.
Get them to put their guard down.
So the second and third wave of them boys come over, and they gonna handle up.
It sounds nice. It do sound nice.
That's what happened.
It sounds nice. But all I'm saying is, how can I come over to a new land
Mm-hmm.
and not be knowledgeable of the land,
Mm-hmm.
not be knowledgeable of the land, where stuff they can hide and where the natives could actually overtake us.
Let me ask you: was the first
The
pirates?
natives could have actually
Did,
overtaken
the
them.
first pirates that hit the coast of Africa? Did they know the land?
Yeah,
No.
but
And they
was
walked away with
weaponized.
they walked away
they
with
had an intent,
5,000.
and they had an
Africans.
intent to take over. That's what. But
y'all
now we
better
got
research that.
settlers
Y'all better
who
research
don't
that
have
a
the
little bit
intent
better.
What do you mean, y'all?
and have to settle.
Because the
Settlers can't settle
African people have been known
Even
to
you
I
wanna
didn't
call
say
it
anything
settle
about African people.
or colonize.
That didn't come out. I didn't say anything
No,
about
no,
African
no.
people. That's my
Peacefully.
cousin said that.
Yeah, he said that. You got to. Well,
So
can
so
you
don't
got to
say
research?
y'all if one person.
What-
said
what-
it.
what-
You
did I
got to
say?
research that a little bit better.
What did I say?
because the African people had been known to engage in
Selling their own people.
and maritime expeditions long before any European, Portugal, Spanish, otherwise.
I didn't never say
Speaking
that
of
wasn't
Spain,
true.
no, you say because Sean asked if they knew the land.
Right. I
And
said did the pirates and the Spaniards that came that hit the coast of Africa for the first time, did they know the land?
yeah, they could have because they had
He said for the
Africa
first time.
for the
How? For the first time.
time
How
They-
did they know the land if that was
because
there for
they
the first
they
time?
had with them African guides. Some of them did. So
that is true.
Yeah,
so
that
so
is true.
so when you look at last session we talked about the language of Spanish.
Can I ask something real quick? Wait a minute, real quick. Do you have to learn the land or know the land to conquer it and colonize it?
No, you don't.
No, I'm asking this to Sean.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, no, you don't have to. But that's my point. They didn't know the land. But
Why
at the
would they
same
need
time,
to?
well, he just said you had guides, right? Who did know the land. So you took them with you to overcome the your
I think the
opponent.
guys that he's
Right.
talking
No,
about.
so these first settlers didn't have guides.
Y'all keep moving
These
my
first
Yeah, because
settlers didn't have
their
guides.
their
You
job
moving
wasn't to
Y'all crowd me out.
create like violence. Their job
So
wasn't
their
to
intent was what?
create violence. Their job was to get inside,
Their
play
intent
nice.
was what?
Do you know what play nice is?
So what do play nice mean?
It means I'll be really nice to you, so you put your guard down and trust me. Once you trust me, then
Then
I
I'm gonna
can.
stick
But
the
then the
knife right
natives
back.
teach
Get
them.
you.
All right, so the
I'm gonna
natives
stick the knife
taught
right in your
them
back.
how to farm
So-
on that land.
so
everything
for
else,
I mean,
for
the earth is
20
the earth.
years
If
or
you can
10
farm
years
in
or
England,
5
you can farm
years,
in
you're going to
America.
play
But was
nice.
that settlers from England, farmers?
It's kind of far fetched, but okay.
Was they farmers?
I think it's like I said.
I don't know.
One
Were they
group
farmers?
came over.
I don't know.
They
That's
got
what
along,
I'm trying to say.
But why do they?
But
need to
then
be
the next
farmers?
generation
why
came
did- how
over,
did they
or the
get-
next group.
this
and
a
they
lot of
became
the
violent.
Pilgrim's knowledge or so
It's kind of
forth.
like I said.
The first settlers
We
came from
disagree
the
with
native.
what he said.
You can disagree with what I said, but it's documented.
You said.
Y'all
Say that again.
actually
See, my
Yeah.
thing
Yeah,
is right,
actually
and I don't
said
like to
what I
argue,
said.
and I especially don't like to argue with
Yes,
black
you
people.
do. You
right?
love the argument.
No,
Yes, you-
and I
yes,
especially
you
don't
do.
like to
You
argue
the
with
man.
black
Yes,
people.
you the
right?
man.
You the man.
I don't
Come
like to
on,
argue
man.
with black people because I love
That's a
black
lie.
people.
That's
right?
a lie.
When I see black
That's a
people,
lie.
when I see black
Oh,
people
that's a
on
lie.
YouTube
Keep going.
arguing and stuff like that,
Uh-huh.
it
You might
upsets
you
me.
not might be lying about
Yeah,
that.
but see, I don't call anybody
But-
out of their name. I don't say
we
anybody
ain't
out of
say-
their name. Yeah,
Yeah, but you
guys,
like to
when
argue.
you guys argue,
just
you
because
call
you
people out of their
argue, that don't
names,
mean you
stuff
gotta
like
call
that.
people out
And
their
I don't
name.
do that. I don't do
Just
that.
because you argue, that don't mean you call them out their name.
And I don't argue. I just disagree.
do.
We're having
argue.
conversations.
We're having
We're
a
having
conversation.
conversations.
It's
right?
a simple
Yeah.
That's what this
conversation
is.
about
But
what
we
you believe.
don't
argue, though.
agree on everything. And
You argue, though.
just because I don't agree doesn't mean I'm
But you
arguing.
argue.
But there's a lot of things that's said and done that I don't agree, but that doesn't make me not like a person because I don't agree with them. And it doesn't make me angry if I don't
We've
agree.
been talking about
Like-
the same
Amen.
thing for 20
like,
minutes.
Amen.
like I be seeing guys
20
on
minutes.
I be seeing guys on YouTube, right?
Matt, where we at with this?
And the guys on YouTube, right? And really already?
Yes.
And the guys on YouTube, right?
You guys been arguing for 40.
They always find something that they disagree upon, and they make that separate them, right?
We ain't
But-
separated.
But there's one thing, no, because I'm not going to allow us to get separated
I'm
because
not
we
gonna
don't
allow us to
agree.
separate.
Well, that's right. That's why we are of the same heart. So you know what I'm saying? That's the way it's
Mhm.
supposed to be.
All right.
These people on YouTube, a lot of them, they're not of the same heart. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when they start speaking and stuff and speak about each other, they disagree with each other and then get mad and say, "Well, I have no use for this person completely,"
listen,
right?
you-
But I don't say I don't have no use for you, brothers, because we disagree on matters that really is not that really big. You know what I'm saying?
Likewise.
Like what we're talking about, it's not that really big for us to fall out
So-
over disagreement. I'm not going to do that with my brother.
I
All right,
appreciate
so-
that,
say
and we're not
something.
going
So
to do that
nobody,
either.
nobody gonna fall out. The thing is, these
We
two
don't
gentlemen-
believe in that.
These two gentlemen believe one thing that's similar, right? Me and you believe in something that's similar.
Mhm.
What makes the entertainment part is us talking about it to each other.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
the
conversation.
entertainment. It's not
If
about
we can talk.
taking it personal. It's not about
Yeah, I don't think
not
person.
wanting to talk to somebody or nothing like
You
that.
get a little fire
we,
behind you.
I
though,
can be
little Sean.
fiery.
You get a little fire.
But
behind you.
But that's
I
the-
can
That's a
sit
good
back and
thing,
say
because I
nothing.
like when you get that fire.
that's the
behind you.
entertainment part. That's what I think
Yeah.
we're here for. Like
Oh, I gotta get
to
fired.
entertain a little bit, right?
Yeah, so
You just call
we
names. You don't get like
I'm
upset. You just call people names.
I don't call you no name.
Yeah, you do. You're condescending. You're very
I
condescending,
don't
but you
call
just
you no
don't.
name.
There was a
See,
topic.
that's
There
you
was a
don't attack,
topic
but
that
that's the
I
attack.
wanted to touch on. It's
Well-
pertaining to Christianity. And I know
Okay.
you guys are the Christianity people.
Well, let me
Christianity
let me say this. I said it before. I'm gonna say it again.
That's what they
Unless
call
you
us
believe
back in
that
the day.
Jesus is the Christ, the Savior, the
The
Messiah,
Christians.
you'll never really be able to understand this book. Because I was asking the Lord, I prayed, I said, Lord, why am I not reaching these brothers on a level that I normally reach brothers who
Because we know better.
came from where I came from?
Because we know better than that nonsense.
And
Wow.
and he said to me, he gave me two scriptures. And the first one he gave me was, the natural man will not be able to understand things of the spirit because he cannot understand the things of the spirit. But the spiritual man can understand both the natural things and the spiritual things.
Please.
And the
let him-
second
please.
and the second thing that he gave me was the scripture that Jesus talked about when he says, if you don't understand the natural things that I'm sharing with you, how can you understand the spiritual things? Now, when God told me that, he let me know where I was making my mistake at. And like I said before, I got to get back on that, because the really true meaning of it is, if you don't accept Christ, you're going to miss what's in here. You may be able to glean some things, some natural things, some understanding of some natural things, but the spiritual things, you're going to miss this. You're going to miss it. And that's not my words. That's actually what's written in this word. I didn't write this book. All right. So let me get into some of the things.
Can I reply to that?
we spoke about? Yeah, I'll give you a minute. Go ahead.
Okay, so I don't really agree with the fact that we don't understand or we don't get the word like you would get it because you have the spirit and we don't.
I'm not saying that.
I think we just don't believe those words.
Mm.
You know, we understand them. Like if it says one thing, we understand what it says. We just don't believe that that's true. Whereas though you believe that those words are inspired by God, so they must be true, right? Am I right with that?
Yeah, right.
We don't believe
Right.
that. So sometimes when we're talking, you're talking to us or saying things to us like we believe that stuff, and we don't. So we're never going to connect on that level.
Can I
It's
just
going
say-
right over there and then right here.
Right, can I
And
just say
he
one thing?
understands you.
Can I
And
just
it's
say
not
one
because he has a spirit different from our spirit.
Mhm,
It's because he believes the same
same
thing
thing
you
you believe.
believe.
mhm,
Now, Rock, can I just say one
mhm.
thing?
I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you.
Okay. As far this is for me. I'm not even saying I'm not speaking for my cousin, I'm speaking for me, right? Okay, they have a Bible verse that says, in the beginning was the word, and the word was God, or word with God, and the word was God. However it goes.
Right.
Okay.
How we go.
So this I kind of feel like from that right there, from that verse, right,
Mhm.
pretty much makes Christian, and this is my opinion. I'm not saying
It's
that
what
this
you
is a
believe.
fact.
Don't
It's what
insult
you
nobody.
believe.
No, I'm not insulting anybody. But
It's what you
but
believe.
This makes Christians worship a book.
Mhm.
Christians worship the Bible because they think that the Bible is the word of God, meaning that they think that the Bible is God. But the Bible is not, and I can prove that it's not the complete word of God. And I don't even believe that the Bible is of God, not the God that I believe in, because the Bible is some script, some spirituality, but a lot of it is pagan, and a lot of them it is really, really evil stuff. Really evil stuff. Now that's my spew on that, and that's why
I
I
agree.
don't believe in the Bible, and I'm a very spiritual man. Very
Okay,
spiritual.
so-
I agree that there's a lot of evil done in the Bible that if I did it, or if Rob did it, or if you did it,
We'll be in prison.
Ron would say,
We'd be on
that's
death row.
wrong. That's bad, right?
Mhm.
But if your God do it, it's divine, or he has a reason why he did it.
Right.
Mhm.
But
You
we'd
know,
be on death row if we did
we'd
any
be
of that
dead.
stuff that God did.
Mm.
Right. If we did 1/3 of what that Bible, now I ain't gonna say what God did, what the Bible, what the book said.
What the Bible
God
said
did.
that God,
That
from
God.
that Bible did. Yeah.
That book
So-
and that God in that book.
Let me ask
did
you a
some
question.
Really mean stuff.
Mm.
Is this evil?
Some of it in there, yeah.
A lot of it is.
Yeah.
A lot. So
Yeah.
majority of what's written in here is evil.
I still
We're not
have.
gonna say
I have a
majority,
very.
but
I have
a
a
lot
very.
of it.
I have a
So
very
a lot of this,
interesting
a lot of what's
question
written.
that I need to ask you guys before
Yeah,
we finish.
yeah.
So,
if
so
you
you're
want-
basically
if you're
saying that
gonna-
this is a demonic book.
It was written by
Yeah.
somebody who wrote a demonic book.
All right. So
Well, he didn't write it though. He didn't write
Demonology.
So
it. No,
y'all-
no, no. King James didn't
So
write. the
y'all-
Bible.
Well, he
all
didn't
right,
He
write
had
it.
it written.
Okay,
He did
so-
write the book
He had it
Demonology.
written.
King James did write the book Demonology. He
Yeah.
did
All right,
write the
let
book
me,
Demonology, right? But he didn't write the Bible. He did. He had it written by scholars, and they weren't like religious scholars or anything like that. They were just people
Political
that
scholars.
no, they weren't even really political. They were just scholars that can translate the Greek and Latin into English. That's it. That's it. They didn't know
Okay,
anything
so-
about religion. They just that's all they did. That's
Okay,
all.
so
they
now let me get into
it's like 54. I believe it
we
was
had a
54
couple of
scholars.
we had a couple of discussions.
54.
Yeah, I believe
One
it
of
was
the things that
54
we
scholars.
left off with was one of the
54
questions that
scholars,
came up
54
was where did Spanish come from? So I did some research about it. Spain was first settled by people from Africa who were
As
not
I
Arabs.
Said that.
Who were not, I said that as well. Who were not Arabs. They were
I didn't
not,
hear you say it,
they
but-
were not Moors.
Mhm.
They were not
we
Moors. The
said
Moors
Moors.
did not settle Africa. I mean,
Okay,
Spain.
Well, they
They
did
not-
rule it for
they did not-
700
they did not-
years.
they-
They did rule it for
800,
700
yeah,
years.
they did.
That's right.
So the Moors did not enter into rule over Spain until almost 1,000 years after the Romans. So the language that is called Spanish developed over a course of time through mixed cultures, beginning with the Iberians, who were already a mixed breed of people. The Celts added to the language, then the Carthaginians, then the Romans, and finally the Moors completed the language, but not with African dialect, although many of them were black, but with Arabic. A lot of the Moors that came over from Africa spoke Arabic because they were
Muslim.
either
Muslim,
conquered.
A lot of
conquered
them
or
were
conquered.
Muslim. That's a
As many
fact.
of them black were conquered and so spoke Arab, but they converted to Islam to save, and they sold in the Arabic wars, and they served in the armies, making it one of the most prolific fighting forces. If it wasn't for the African people in the Arab armies, they wouldn't have won the wars. The Arab fighters made the Arab armies prolific. They were like on par with the whole Roman war legion. That's how powerful and dominant they were. So Ivan von
Do you disagree with that?
Me? No.
Oh.
I was thinking about something Sean said.
Ivan von Sertima wrote a book titled The Golden Age of the Moor, in which he confirms that the Moors did not rule Spain until 711. But he wrote in the book
Nobody said
what
that.
confirmed what he wrote in the book, The African
They did
President in
rule
Europe,
Spain.
in which he stated that people from Africa came into Spain about 3,000 years before the Moors arrived. Now, so I had to
You
look
said
into
African
Arabs, right?
what the Moors were African Arabs.
Oh, so who was you said
The Africans that came in 3,000 years before
Who were they?
the Moors, they were African people. The Phoenicians were actually Africans. They were a mixed group of people. So this is one of the things, is the tricks that I find that you got to look into when you're doing research. When they start talking about mixed people, you got to look at who are the mixed people.
Absolutely.
So I looked into the mixed people, and the Moors were, Arabs and Africans, North Africans, predominantly North Africans. But then you had those that was captured and enslaved. The darker the skin, the more that they felt like you were useless. You were a servant. If you were lighter skinned in the Arabic pantheon of servants, you were more like chosen to serve with the Arabs themselves, and even given pieces of rule, right? But if your darker skin was like my color or Sean's color, Matt's lighter than all of them. So Matt would have got the best of the best.
He got the best job.
Right. But we would not have. Put it like that. So the excerpt that he took from his book about the Africans that came in the land but 3,000 years before the Moors, it was that there was a famine in the whole region. And that allowed the Africans, they came in at that time and they brought goods and they sowed seeds and they built and you can say colonized, but that's what they did.
But they colonized without violence. They didn't kill the colon. They didn't kill. the
No,
colonized.
that's
They
not that
colonized
because
to help.
Because the typical Hamitic nature is not to destroy, it's to build. We shared our knowledge, and that's one of the things that became the downfall of the black people.
Are you calling us Hamitic now?
I've always been.
I heard
Hamitic.
you say that before, but
I've always said that. I've always said that. The Phoenicians founded Iberia.
That's
Yeah.
that's it. That's
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
Around 1104 BC. So we find that the Phoenicians, who were a mixed group, founded Iberia, and that is why it is recorded in history as being founded by a quote-unquote mixed group. So in conclusion, Spanish was set as a language, was not developed by the Moors. It already existed over 1,000 years before. But what the Moors did was they added, get this, 40,000 words to their vocabulary. They expanded the definitions of it. So Spanish today is a result of these transitions through time periods.
You said the Moors added 40,000 words to Spanish.
40,000 words to their vocabulary. Yes.
Well, how many words did they have before the 40,000?
I don't know, but they added 40,000 to it. I don't
So
know
if
how
they
many.
only had 5,000, then they created pretty much the language.
Well, I don't know about that.
I'm just saying.
Because the term Spanish itself is derived from the Castilian period. It is here where the term Spanish gets its introduction into world history. Up to this point, it did not exist as a language called Spanish like we know it today. Right? Now, that's one of the things we talked about. Oh, now there's another thing we talked about. What is another thing we talked about? And in the Word of God, we find that Paul talked about Spain. He called it Spaining. And I didn't even know that he called it Spaining. That's the Greek term for it. But watch this. Watch this. We talked about two people being able to begin the population. Remember that?
Mhm.
Can two people, one male, one female, begin a population?
Of 8 billion. How many people on the planet
Right.
now?
So in which the statement was
Yeah,
made,
look,
it's humanly,
We all couldn't have came from two people.
It's-
That's
it's-
genetically impossible.
well, listen, it's humanly, you say genetically, that's scientific, right? Impossible. So I researched it scientifically impossible, and the results came back, it is technically possible. It is not possible as long as a long-term solution. As a long-term solution is not possible due to severe genetic defects, is what she
That's
was
what you
talking
said.
about, right?
So far we got to go back 6,000 years. So that's long term right now.
Well, let me read on,
Okay.
because this is all documented.
Mhm.
You can look it up for yourself. And this is the beautiful thing about this whole conversation. So this increases the extinction vortex, which is the point in time where things are so common that people die off because the genetic diseases overtake them, right? They can't mass produce beyond a point because the genetic defects kick in, and it just totally makes them unable to continue. Okay,
Two people.
so I got curious and asked this question: how many generations of hominin have gone extinct? And the answer came back: dozens of hominin species have gone extinct. So that led me to ask the question: is it possible to begin an entire population with just one male and a female if the species evolved? So now I'm dabbling into the Darwin theory, right? The theory of evolution. The answer came back: it is theoretically possible. So it led me to ask this question: how did human life begin if it is impossible to begin a population with just one male and one female? The answer came back, and I was shocked to find that man could not have evolved from one genetic cell. Evolution, according to the theory of it, had to be developed through a diverse separation of cells at one time. So an entire community of cells had to evolve. It couldn't have been one man and one woman, according to the theory of evolution.
So you're saying you were right. All right, very good.
So
Ronald.
this led me to the question: did God create multiple humans? And then I found it.
But that's a question AI can't answer.
But they did. In which the answer revealed that God, because he created male and female perfect, it took generations for mutations of a genetic nature to occur. So mankind being perfectly created extended the timeline of man's existence. It goes on to say
That's just a case of when something don't make sense, you put divinity in it.
but wait,
Let him go, please.
wait,
This is
listen, because
interesting.
remember earlier it said it wasn't possible as a long-term solution, right?
Exactly.
Right? Remember
going.
that. Remember that. Keep that in mind.
Which
Go,
we
go.
proved false.
Wait.
That was proven false by the time 6,000 year period.
Wait,
That's
wait.
false.
It wasn't possible as a long-term solution. Keep that in mind. This is without God. Now I'm reading what it says with God. Right? So now it goes on to say that the genetic diversity of all people is accounted for by the original perfect genetic makeup God gave Adam and Eve, which allowed to which allow for a wide spectrum of physical features and skin tones to emerge as their descendants populated different geographic areas and reproduce within isolated groups. But then it went on to a variety of theoretical positions. I mean, different avenues and different types of views. One of them was Adam and Eve were the only ones who God gave a soul to. Other human type life forms did not receive one. So you had other humans that God created, but then you got Adam and Eve that God gave a soul.
I don't believe that, but I believe that God could have given some of us a soul and some of us don't.
Another proposes
I don't believe that either.
Another proposes that Adam was not just one man, but many men and their female counterparts in the biblical Adam and Eve are the focus of a potential lineage. That's another one. Another view.
I could believe that one more than anything.
Another view was that God
It's
created
not a bad
male
theory.
and female in one region, and they reproduced. Then God perfected that one man and one woman in another region, and they procreated, they reproduced. So now you have two different stages of man in the state of creation, one outside of the garden and another one inside the garden where they procreated.
Well, the Bible backs that up, right? Because of the fact that Cain was scared of somebody that
Yeah.
didn't live in the garden.
Yeah.
So there was people outside of the garden.
Right. So and over the
So
course
how
of
do
time,
we know
they
Adam and Eve
interact.
was the first people if it was people outside the garden?
Well, listen.
Well, you ain't read all that stuff we just said.
Now I have
He
never
said
heard.
Adam and Eve. Adam could have been many different men, and Eve could have been many different women. But he's talking about theory.
Yeah,
Which is the Bible. Which is the Bible is theory.
Now watch
You know,
this.
like a lot of people don't understand.
I
the
like.
Bible is
I
theory
actually. I
Now,
like that.
can I finish?
Adam was more.
Now I
than one
have
man.
had. Now I had never heard of that last one, but it makes a great deal of sense to me. But the Bible makes a more perfect point, as it states that these are the generations of Adam, and that's what I always focus on, the generations. And it walks through the entire lineage of Adam from his son Seth, beginning with him and Cain and Abel, but not necessarily Cain. Cain was the one that murdered, right? Then Seth took over, and the lineage began from Seth. Here's the thing: Seth is not a Hebrew name. So the answer just set me on fire. Here's why. Even the AI itself confirms that it is because of the perfect state that God created man in, it is possible for one man and one woman to produce an entire population. Keep in mind that on two other separate occasions, without the mentioning of God, remember I said this earlier, right? It was impossible as a long-term solution. That's what it said. As a long-term solution, it was impossible. Keep that in mind. Without mentioning God, it was also possible.
I have to ask. I have to ask a time frame. What of long term? What? See, because my long term could be 10,000 years.
Well,
Rob's could be
I think-
3,000.
I think this
His
is.
could be 9,000.
I
So
think
what's
this answer,
long-term?
if you listen, I think this answer is going to. This statement is going to clear that up.
My bad.
No, don't worry about it. It's a good question. It says, it's possible if the descendants reproduce in tremendous numbers to avoid bottlenecking. It was theoretically possible, but once you inject God into the equation, it goes from theoretically to unquestionable. The whole purpose of them avoiding the extinction vortex was only going to happen if they rapidly mass produced. The more children you have at a given time, the more you're going to be able to bypass extinction, the more you're going to be able to continue. Watch this.
That's incorrect, bro.
But
I'm
once
sorry. That's incorrect.
I'm just trying to tell you.
If you
bro.
mass produce with your cousins and your sisters, you're gonna make a bunch of deformities, man. Genetically, you're gonna make deformities. Like I said, when it doesn't make sense, you can always insert divinity to make it make sense.
But you got to think about it. If the theory of evolution is the strongest survive,
The theory of evolution
come
is
on,
the
man,
theory.
talk about it.
The theory of evolution is the
Strong
theory.
survive. That don't mean
If the
that the people
strongest-
we
come
didn't
from
come from
brothers
monkeys.
and sisters.
Wait a minute.
Black people didn't come from monkeys.
If the strongest survive,
we didn't come from apes.
I'm just throwing. There's
So
some-
evolution doesn't work for us. Doesn't
there-
mean anything for
There's
us.
a merit.
We were
I'm not
people,
talking
we're
about the
people.
theory of evolution as the ground for the existence of man. I'm talking about theory of evolution from the principle understanding of the strong survive. I'm not talking about from the cell being divided. I just covered that. I'm talking about from the existence of man, the strong survive. If you got two people and one is weaker in one area than the other physically, the one that's stronger is going to survive.
But that don't have nothing to do with genetics and having babies, man. Like if you start with two people, eventually two people has to turn into 8.3 billion. You said
8.3 billion.
I believe by the time you get to about 100, you're gonna have a whole different breed of like
100 people.
Yeah, I don't believe you can have 100 kids with your brother and with brothers and sisters and start creating a lineage like that.
Okay, so
Now the
Well,
Bible
most
might tell you
Mr.
you can do it
you may not believe that, but
because of genetics. You will start having like the
but
form
we
children.
know for
Mr.
but
Chance,
you're a learned man. You study. You know for a fact that there are natural herbs and fruits and other things that man can ingest and digest, right? That will help him offset some of them symptoms. You know that.
No.
You know that.
No.
Yes,
so
you
you're
know
saying
that.
Anyway,
if,
let's get back on
you're
topic. 'cause
saying
we
that
got off topic.
if
We
I
can-
if,
we
if
can
I
go
have
off on
if
something
I have
else.
sex with my sister, but I eat a couple oranges, the baby will come out fine.
All right, let's not go. We don't want to go that. Let's go back. Let's go back and continue, please. Pick up.
No, I'm not
Because
saying
we
the
gonna
baby-
go walk
I'm not
somewhere
saying the baby
else.
come out fine. I'm saying
And
this.
I want
I'm saying this.
knowledge.
I'm
I want
saying
wisdom
this.
to come
Listen,
out of this,
listen,
not
listen,
nonsense.
listen. There are, and this is a fact, you know, there are fruits and vegetables and other things that herbs that man can ingest that can help man live and not die. Right? If he's wounded, it can help heal him. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Okay, let me continue on. And the AI itself presented one view of the fact that during the days of Moses, genetic mutations did occur. So we find that genetic mutations were listed as an example, not extensively, but given just a few. Deuteronomy 23, chapter 23, verses 1 to 8. So genetic mutations are in the scripture. But because God created man, as Moses is proclaiming, God created man. And as the AI itself defends this theory, that you want to call it a theory.
Remember, the AI is programmed.
God was the creator of all things. And he created man with such perfection that it was able to extend the quality of life for man. Right? So the two people could produce.
Divinity.
Now, notice, if you will,
Divinity.
that Moses says
Believe
that the Edomite and the Egyptians could enter into the congregation of the land. The Ammonite and the Hittite shall have to wait 10 generations, while the Edomites and the Egyptians only have to wait 3 generations. Over in Leviticus, we see that what's considered genetic mutations. Remember in Deuteronomy 23 and 1 and 2, it is a person who is wounded in the stones or has his privy member cut off.
In the stones?
Yeah, the groin. You know, we call them, the boys. Has his private member cut off, and a bastard shall not be allowed to enter into the congregation of the land. We know the bastard is the illegitimate child. So in Leviticus, we get a little deeper of set examples of people who are not allowed to give an offering up to God at the altar. A blind man, a lame man, a flat-nosed man, a man with a crippled foot or crippled hand, a crooked back man, a dwarf. All of these, to name a few, are those that are of the lineage of Aaron, and they shall not be able to offer any offering up to the Lord in the altar. So this is confirmation that mutations were indeed in place during the days of Moses. Sicknesses and diseases were in existence during the days of Moses. They were also in existence during the days of Abraham, right? And once again, with the words generation, you find written throughout the language of the Bible. And we can all understand that this is a time spanning event. So when it talks about generations in scripture or anywhere, we should understand that that's a time spanning event. So the statement spoke about genetic mutations, sicknesses, and diseases. We have perfect confirmation from scripture and from science, data accumulated from AI search engines itself, stating that the possibility to begin a population is theoretical and on a particular level. It is only possible as long as the species reproduces at such a rate that it sustains the species beyond the extinction vortex or the bottleneck point. So the idea that it is humanly impossible is 100% errant. It is wrong, especially according to God. We know it's wrong, like you said.
Right.
Whenever you can't prove it, insert divinity. But we're going to do this right here, like this.
Ron, I can help you out.
That's why I'm on fire from what I got from this point. And that it spoke about the perfecting of Adam and Eve in creation, confirmed the power of God is a lasting power. Mythological creation stories all point to the same self-explanatory fact. The power of God is unquestionable. There is nothing that can be done that God can't do. And the only things that can't be done, only God can do.
all you had to say is the two people could make 8.3 billion with the help of God. We could have wrapped that up. You could have
True.
just said,
But I wanted to
The
get
two
I
people
wanted to get
could
the
do it,
scientific,
but they only
outlook
could
on
do it with the help of God. Then I would have agreed with that.
Yeah, but they could do it
Matt, where we
theoretically
out of time?
without God. It's theoretical.
We done?
Yeah, we not bad.
We 55. We got 5 more.
Could I get my question in that I came across?
All right, let me just finish this
Christian
up.
question?
I got one more. I want to finish this up. All right, now the statement was also made that you can't believe a book.
You got it.
You can't believe a book wherein the author of the book is not mentioned. Y'all remember that?
Yes.
Okay. So this was a statement made, I feel, to deter people from accepting the belief that the authors of the books in the Bible are not the true authors of those books. And then the question was asked, do I really think that Paul wrote those letters? Okay, so over 2+ weeks of discussions, I believe that we have covered several different issues on the topic itself of belief, stepping into, however brief, several different cultures along the way. Some of the cultures and their issues are the ISIS creation story, the name of Moses, the Mayat principles, all of which are Egyptian culture. I said that the name of Moses is Hebrew. And if you study the name of Moses,
That's
you will
not true.
find that it is written by definition in scripture. It means drawn out.
Yeah, but that's the folk. That's the folk. The folk is like, it's not true. That's like a mythical Hebrew belief. It's not true. The actual etymology of the word is Egyptian, and it means son. Moses means son.
Let me finish.
Anything else is false.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Okay. Signifying which culture that it is taken
Yeah, but
from.
you can't take something that's folk and something that's true and compare the two, because one of them is not true. Folk is not true.
Moses
And that's the Hebrew. The Hebrew is not true. The Hebrew drawn out of water is not true. We all know that.
Moses means drawn out.
Listen. Most biblical
can I
scholars,
finish?
most biblical
Can I
scholars
finish?
This is where the
know that
argument
what I'm
come in.
saying is a fact.
This
Can I-
is
can
where the
I-
argument
can I
come in.
No,
finish?
but I should have,
Brother, can I
should have-
finish?
but I should be able
Moses
to interject.
means
Finish.
drawn
Finish.
I should be
out
able to interject. with
and
what I
it's
do.
Hebrew
Okay, that's
is-
I let him speak a lot.
definition.
you can
I just want to finish this because these are conversations we already had. I'm just typing it up.
And that's why we.
It is
I'm not really
spelled-
trying to get
It
deep
is
into
spelled
because we were-
Moshe and pronounced Moshe. And it is taken from the root word or the verb rather, Mashah. Pharaoh's daughter, recognizing that this must be one of the Hebrew babies, used the Hebrew name in order to retain his heritage,
even though
if
she
not,
wasn't a Hebrew. Though.
if not by culture,
Just doesn't make any sense.
then by name. As in
He said
Egyptian
because she thought
culture,
the baby was a Hebrew.
number one,
How would she know? Why
the
would she-
the Egyptians did not normally cast their children into the waters. That's not what they did. Number two, the name Moses is a reference to being born in the Hebrew culture, as in son of or born of, not drawn out. That's why the name is Hebrew, but with an Egyptian spelling. Two cultures
The name is
interconnecting,
not Hebrew
intertwining,
at all.
Two
It's folk.
cultures-
It's not true.
interconnecting, intertwining. Complete biblical historical accuracy. One interesting aspect of the Egyptian
Biblical, yes.
One
Not
interesting aspect of the Egyptian perspective of the name being given to Moses by Pharaoh's daughter speaks powerful, confirming truth about his existence. As I said, in Egyptian culture, the name means born of, as in lineage. In all of its variations, Moses, Meses, Masses, Moses, Meses, Mases,
But we all agree that
attaches a place,
Yes,
a person,
he is in the Bible.
a
He
deity,
existed in the Bible. but not
something
historically.
to it. So you get Tutmosis, for example, born of Tut, Ramesses, born of Ra.
When I said Tutmosis, you disagree with me. But go ahead. Hold on. 1 second. Bruh, let him read his question so he can get his question out there, because you said he's not coming back anymore. So at least let him get his question out there so you can answer his question, because we're 5 minutes away. So could you please just let him interject
go ahead, man.
his question in?
I just wanted to finish this up, but go ahead. It's a lot to finish.
We're not going to be able to finish it up today.
I'm gonna try.
But we can leave it. We can,
Go ahead.
No,
No, no,
I, leave it, because we're not
I'm-
going to go. Listen, unless you give Matt more money, we're not going to keep him over all the time, because that's
Matt,
not right.
you cool, right?
No,
sir.
we're going to have to pay
All
the
right, go
man
ahead.
more
Get your
money.
question in.
All right, so I came across something.
I believe in
that
respecting
was
black business.
Right, we gonna
This brother's is a black man.
We
with black
can
business.
we
gonna
can make
respect
it
this
up
man.
to Matt. We can make it up. Go
All
ahead.
right, so my question was.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Matt, am I wrong?
Can he ask his question? You the one.
There was a somewhere where it was said in the Bible that Jesus was in the wilderness with the devil.
40 days, 40 nights.
Okay. And the devil was offering him all kind of things. All right. So supposedly when Jesus died, he took a little tour through Hades, right?
Hell.
Whatever you want to call it.
Hell.
Okay.
When he came back, he had all those powers and all those authorities that the devil promised him in the wilderness.
Good question.
So who granted him that authority, and why was it granted to him after he left hell?
Why are you laughing? That's a good question. Why
Okay.
is that funny?
First,
Hey, Matt, am I right,
because
man? Tell me if I'm right, because if I'm not
Those-
right, just
those
let me know. Just say
powers
no,
he had
Rob. Just
before
shake
he
your head
even
no.
went.
yeah.
No, he didn't have the powers.
Matt,
He didn't have the power.
You get-
No, because the devil offered him those powers,
huh?
and he said no to him. He said, "No,
He
God
already
don't want me to
respected you.
have
Why
that."
would you accept powers that
Matt,
you
we got
already
you. Don't worry
had?
about it. We got you, brother.
He did. He told him, "No,
It's my brother.
I don't want the
Exactly.
powers.
He-
I don't want it because God didn't give it to me."
Why would you accept powers you already had?
He didn't say that. He didn't say, "Well, I already have these powers."
But if
He
you
said no.
if you'd have read the Bible, you'd have know he had those powers before he
Why
even
you
went
can't
down.
argue?
How?
All right, so let's go through that. I'm gonna
Okay,
get
wait,
back
wait.
to this.
Wait,
man.
wait,
I'm
wait.
gonna
Let me
get
ask
back
this
to
question.
this.
Let me ask this question.
I thought you did.
Where does it say in the Bible
I thought you asked
that
the
he
question.
had the powers that he had after
Hey,
he
Ronald, you got the Bible?
after
I
he
got the
came
Bible.
after he left Hades and came back and said, "I got the power of the heavens and the earth now," or whatever? Where does it say that he had those powers before he came from hell?
What's the answer?
The answer in the Bible.
Oh, he's going. He's
Yeah.
Okay,
You gotta
all
look it
right,
up.
all right. But you can understand how that
Even
was.
why you
before he
can't argue
died, he
Bible
was performing
stuff.
miracles. You know this, right?
But he didn't have the authority that
Yeah,
he
authority
had
what?
when he came back from hell. He came
What
back from
authority
hell
you
with authority
specifically talking about?
over the heavens and the earth. The same authorities that he was offered in the wilderness that he refused.
Okay.
Said, "I didn't want that."
Who is Jesus?
Okay. And he
Jesus.
offered. He said, "If thou be,
Who is Jesus?
if thou be the Son of God, command the stone that it be made bread." Let's take that apart real quick.
So we changing the narrative.
No, we're not.
Oh, okay.
You said he was offered all these powers,
Is that not true?
right? No, that is true, right?
Okay, yes.
But let's go through the narrative itself. The first thing
Why,
that,
what are we doing? Why are we doing
I'm
that?
because I want you to get
because
to
it was a simple question.
again.
Who gave him these powers that he
He
didn't
already
have?
had the power.
When did he declare that?
He declared that after he conquered death.
You mean when he came back from hell?
When he conquered death.
Okay, so again, he didn't
He
have those
rose on the
powers
third
before he died.
He had listen.
He
listen.
never claimed he
See,
had
this is
those
why
powers
the
before
Lord
he
told
died.
me, the natural man,
Got to show me.
not understand this.
Because he can
I'm gonna try. I'm
else.
gonna try this.
Nah, he ain't showing you.
I'm gonna
something,
try
man.
the best I
This is-
can.
I'ma
I'ma try the best I can.
On your question.
Yes, sir.
He started talking.
You
All right, go
can't
ahead.
just go from he got it after he came from hell. You're implying that the devil gave him the powers. Are you not?
Bingo.
That's what I thought. So let's look at it like this. So the devil said unto him,
That's why I'm laughing.
I want you to answer this
Oh,
question.
you knew where he was going with that from the start.
Yeah, me too. The devil said, if you be the Son of God, command these stones that it be made bread.
Asked this before.
What does that mean?
Say that again.
If you be the Son of God, this is the devil speaking.
Mhm.
If you be the Son of God, command these stones to be made bread.
Okay.
What does that mean?
If you, he's asking Jesus to do
Turn
something.
Stones in the bread,
Right,
obviously.
Right. Do something divine. In other words, if you're the Son of God, do something divine.
You're the
Right.
Son of God, do something divine.
Right. And that's my understanding of
Right.
what you just read.
If you
So what happened?
are
Did Jesus do something?
now,
divine?
let me ask you this question.
Did Jesus do something?
Now let me ask you
divine?
a question.
'Cause if not,
Let
you're
me ask you a
thinking your point.
question. Let me
I
ask you
know.
a question.
I'm gonna let him.
When you ask him that question, what is he saying? What is he really saying to Jesus?
What is he really saying to Jesus?
Mhm.
In my opinion, he's saying, "Show me what you got."
What's that?
Oh, that's why you want
That's the whole
you. That
problem.
phone call was coming. All right,
Right,
so
he's saying,
Jesus.
"Show me what you got."
So here's what Jesus' response was. It is written that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word of God.
Mhm.
Every word of God. And the devil taking him up into a high mountain,
Mhm.
showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world
Yep. Sure
Mhm.
did.
in a moment of time, And the devil said unto him, all this power
Could be yours.
will I give thee,
Yep.
and the glory for them, of them, for that is delivered unto me. To whomsoever I will give it. If thou therefore wilt worship me, all shall be thine.
Okay, what did Jesus say?
And Jesus answered him and said unto him, get thee behind me, Satan.
Get up out of here.
For it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve.
He never said, I got these powers already. What are you talking about, devil? How you gonna give me something I already got? He never said that.
When did you get him?
After he came from hell.
Okay, let me go. Let me do this. Let me take the
That's when he declared he had the powers.
Let me take the shortcut here.
He never once before that said,
People, I don't
I got
normally
the
do
heavens
this,
and
and
the
I
earth.
don't advocate for this, but in this case, this is good stuff. This is very good stuff. This is a good conversation, and I like to just let me get to.
I can really bring it home. When he came from hell, he was given the powers that was offered to him, pretty much the same power, the authority, excuse me, that was offered to him in the wilderness. So either you're saying that God decided to give him those powers in the resurrection time or whatever, or he got those powers from the person that he just visited at his house.
Well, maybe I can help you with this, because the question I asked you was, what was the devil really saying to Jesus about Jesus? And
I
the
just said it.
phrase that he used was, if you be the Son of God, right? Was another term for the Son of God.
But Jesus, I'm gonna say this. I hope I don't offend you.
We done?
Jesus wasn't gonna fall for the okie doke like God did with oh boy that he messed up. What was it?
Adam?
No. The dude.
Oh, Lucifer?
No. The man he took everything from him.
Oh,
Job. In my opinion, God fell for the okie doke. The devil tricked him. See, Jesus wasn't about to go fall for that. So Jesus told him to get out of here, get up out of here, bounce. He didn't say get up out of here because I already got those powers. Beat it. You know what I mean? He pretty much said, no, I don't want nothing from you. I want it from my God. If my God didn't give it to me, get up out of here.
One of the things that Jesus,
And nowhere before that did he say, I have the authority over the earth and the heavens. Nowhere.
well,
But when he came back from death, guess what? He had the power over the
couple of
earth
times
and
in
the
scripture,
heavens.
if you remember, a couple of times in scripture,
Think about it.
A couple of times.
Listen,
Nah,
that's
I ain't got
if you remember, a couple of
it's
times in
like
scripture,
It's,
Jesus prayed.
it's very uncomfortable, so
It
I don't
ain't nothing but
expect.
It's okay, man. It's okay, and
respect
I
Is it true what I just said?
No.
I appreciate what you
Okay,
said.
well, what part? I want to hear what Sean. What part of what I said Sean believes isn't true?
The whole thing. Because you
One
saying
part.
he received his powers from the devil.
No, he said after he went to hell.
I said
He said
after.
after he
I'm
came from
leaving.
hell.
No, I'm leaving
But
it.
you saying
I'm really
ain't that
leaving
what
it
you
up
said
to
in
the
a
listener.
nutshell?
I'm leaving it up to the listener
I
to
get it.
decide who they would believe in that scenario, which is the scenario in the book.
Right, but
Right.
I did ask you a question, and I wanted to get to the answer here in the book.
Well,
So, because one of the things that Jesus came was to show us how to live, how to walk upright before the Lord. That's one of the things he came to do, to show us. And that's why I always say this walk is one of the toughest walk you're going to ever have.
what?
But I
does
wanted
that
to go
got
back to
do
the book
with
of
coming back from
Daniel.
hell.
Here it is.
Okay, let's
Because you
right here.
let's touch
People
on
that's
that.
This is what
Daniel,
this-
Daniel,
touch on that,
Daniel
right?
chapter
this the
7.
conflict y'all have with the Bible.
Right,
Daniel chapter
right.
7,
It's the
verse,
conflict.
Yes.
verse 13.
You're 100%.
And the
correct.
prophet was shown a vision. And he said, behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven. And Jesus pronounced he was going to come back with the clouds. And he said, and came to the Ancient of Days, that would be the eternal Father. And they brought him near before him. And this is the Son of God. And then they came and they were given, and there was given him dominion. This is what Jesus had.
Go ahead, say it.
There was given this individual that was brought before the Ancient of Days. There was given dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, all nations, and all languages should serve him.
Who said that?
This is the book of Daniel.
No. Who's making those claims right there?
The book of Daniel.
So
Prophet
Daniel
Daniel.
said Jesus did not saying that because Jesus clearly said himself out of his mouth,
Okay.
I have the authority over the heavens and the earth now.
But Jesus clearly said out of his mouth before he even went to the cross, all that you've given me is mine, and all that I have is yours.
What?
The Father
What was
is
that?
in
I
me,
never-
and I. You never read that?
No, go ahead. Keep
Okay.
going. Keep
So
going.
so
You
let me
just don't know
continue.
how it's relevant in what you're
Him
talking
and
about.
dominion as an ever.
Not
Listen,
relevant.
it's given him
The same with
and should serve him is in his dominion as an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that shall not be destroyed. And this is the same Jesus who says, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall last. So this is where we get that saying, only what you do for Christ will last, because only what you do for Christ matters. So if the Ancient of Days extended this
Which the
power,
Ancient of Days is another God also in that Bible. That's a different God altogether. The Ancient of Days is a different God in that Bible.
okay, you believe that?
Research, yes, it's research it.
You believe that?
Research it.
I
You
have.
will too. The Ancient of Days is
You see, this is why I want. This is why I wanted to finish what I was saying before.
There's different. Listen.
This all
Listen,
I'm
can we
saying
go
is-
here? Let's go one
This-
thing.
this-
Let's go one thing.
That's why I
Right?
want to just.
We got
finish
to
this right
we got to do this, right?
Mhm.
Because there's many different Bibles, right? There's many different versions of the Bible,
Now we going
right? Huh? Oh, no. We're not going off topic.
You said.
I'm
Let
saying
me
this
ask
really
the
quick.
question.
Let me say this
and
really
then
quick.
did-
Let me
did
say
you
this
wanna go
really,
there?
really,
Okay,
really
go
fast.
ahead,
I'm
go
gonna say this
ahead,
really
go ahead.
fast. There's many different versions of the Bible, right? I only looked at a couple of them,
Mhm.
which were written in English,
Mhm.
right? Now, the ones that was written in English, you got the Wycliffe Bible, you got the Tyndale Bible, you got
Right.
the Coverdale Bible, you
Mhm.
got the King James Version of the Bible, you got the Geneva Bible, and they all say something different. None of these Bibles say exactly the same thing. So how do you determine which one of these Bibles is the word of God? Because they're all different.
You got this, the
none
word
of
of
them
God
say
comes
the
from
same
the
thing.
one you believe.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And you got all these different doctrines that believe in the same Bible, but they don't believe in it the same way. The biggest argument I ever heard was from two Christians talking about that Bible. You understand what I'm saying? The Bible is a very controversial book. I don't believe it's from God, and I definitely wouldn't worship it like it's God. People worship the Bible like it's God. The Bible is not God.
We know that. Nobody's saying
And
the
it's not
Bible
from God
is
either.
God.
Everything I say, you think
It's
I'm
not
arguing,
from
but
God.
I'm not trying to argue.
Now
I'm
that
just
right
stating my
there-
It's
point.
from
I
a
cannot
man.
agree with.
It's from men.
All right.
Men
So
made
the
the
Old
Bible
Testament
inspired by
of the
men.
King James version was
Men turned the
translated.
God of the Bible into
directly
a man
from
because
Hebrew.
he has the same feelings as men,
Right.
and he's supposed to be above these feelings of jealousy and hatred
He's not
and
supposed to be petty,
revenge,
but this guy is very
petty,
petty.
all of that. Those are all traits of men. Those aren't
Of
traits
petty
of
men.
God. Like really, like what if you the supremest being out here? You the most supreme. What does praise really do for you?
Why would I care you don't believe in me?
Why would I even care?
I'm the bomb. Why would I care you don't believe in me?
I don't need your validation. I'm the one. I'm the one and only, the alpha, the omega. I'm the this and the that. Why do I need your validation? Why do I need your love? Why do I need anything?
And if
from
I'm a
you?
spiritual man, why would I need a Bible to tell
See,
me how to live
this
my
is
life?
Why the natural can't understand these things.
See him calling names? I call no one no names. I call
said
no one no
the
names.
I
I would
quoted
never
what the
call
scripture
anybody
said.
any names because
This
I don't
is
agree
why
with you.
the
I still
natural
love you.
can't
I still
understand
love
these
you
things.
even though I don't agree.
That
I
don't
still
mean I
love you.
don't love you.
Yeah, but don't call me natural. Just call me Rob. Just call me Rob.
Do you understand?
I'm a very spiritual
You
man.
don't agree with this.
I do not agree
you
that the
understand-
Bible is
do you-
no. The Bible
do
is
you
not
understand
God.
it?
The Bible is not God.
Do you understand
and when you put all of these different Bibles that has been written only in English, we're not even talking about the ones that weren't written in English.
So let me finish this, man.
Yeah, if you're a Christian, yes. If you're a Christian, yes.
It's a blueprint.
But if you're a man, a true man, you don't need a Bible. You don't need a Bible to
get
live by.
through life today.
If you're a true student of life, you don't need a
we
Bible to
take
live by.
we take everything that God has told us and put it in action.
Exactly, and that's why
if-
we got
listen,
wars and
listen.
murder right now because God was okay with all the
That's-
wars and all the murders.
Slavery, don't forget slavery.
Can I
My
just
thing-
finish
He
this?
told the slaves to
thing
chill.
I'm just trying to
my
finish
thing-
this, man.
My thing is,
And it's
God,
quite a bit, but
everybody is not
it-
following the Bible.
All right, so just
No,
let's say God. Wait, let's just say God
it
never.
does
Who's not
it does
following the Bible
it
loves
does,
the war.
All right, just
loves
let's
the stuff. Greed
address a
for
lot of things
other
that y'all
things.
said.
The Bible tell us do not have greed for other things.
It
But
does say that.
everybody is not following what the
That's
Bible
true.
has.
Thank
So-
God.
So when you got
If they
people not
did.
following what the Bible instructs us to do, guess what? There's gonna be corruption.
Wait, you're a grown man.
'Cause
You
that's
need
a man,
You need,
man.
you need
That's a
instruction from a
man.
book.
That's a man's
grown man?
doing though.
So what
So
we had time?
God instructs
We
us
gotta
to
be
do
over,
what
Frank.
He
23.
wants us to do.
Mm. All right, let me
And
say
if
this real
we're
on
on his level of spiritual,
Oh, well, he
of
on
now
fire.
spiritual
take it.
I'm
relationship,
let him go.
if you on a spiritual relationship
brother.
with the Father,
There
you will
go.
have resistance to all that other stuff.
So
What other stuff?
What other stuff?
The other stuff you talking about, the corruption, the wars,
The
all
perversion.
that. If you ain't on this level,
So that means
you was going to fall victim
So
to what
that
the
means-
devil wants you to do.
that means
and not
everybody-
what God wants you to
that
do.
means everybody has fallen victim because there's nothing but war.
Yes.
All have sinned and come
Yes.
short of the glory of the Lord.
Yes.
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 And within all of us, there
Yes.
is a personal battle between good and evil within
yes.
all of us.
Okay.
It's a spiritual fight.
Okay.
We
It's
talk
a
about this
spiritual
every
fight.
day.
Okay.
The spirit man is
Every
fighting
day.
against the
Okay.
natural man.
Okay. So
Because
you guys
the spiritual
believe,
man desires to know more of the Lord and connect with him, and the natural man doesn't care about that. kind of
That's
stuff.
right.
Okay, so you
So
guys
if
believe.
you can't believe what's
So
in here,
so you guys believe.
you're not gonna see it.
Okay, so you
I
guys
said it
believe
before,
that
and
the
I'm
only
gonna say it
people
again.
that
If
If
you
you
are
don't
believe that
for
Jesus is the
God
Christ,
so loved the
the
world,
Messiah,
he gave his
the
only
Savior, you're
begotten
not
son.
going to
Another
get
murder.
it.
The whoever
Another murder.
what's
It was
a
a
murder?
sacrifice. It was
By the way.
sacrifice.
That's a sacrifice. That's not a
Slash
murder. That's a
Sacrifice slash
sacrifice.
murder.
So he
They
gave
murdered
his
him as
son
a sacrifice.
for you.
Did
Why-
y'all just say
Okay,
Jesus was a
okay.
murderer?
No. Nobody
Why?
said
He
that.
gave
Nobody
his
said
son
Jesus was a murderer.
for
Why?
you.
Why?
What did y'all just say? What did y'all just say?
As us,
What
He
did you
said
say?
Jesus was
Human-
murdered.
Oh, Jesus was.
humanity
Yeah, he was. He was
as
murdered.
his
That's true.
treasure,
Yes,
his
that's true.
greatest creation.
Okay, so
All
so
right,
you guys
yeah.
are saying that only
God
people.
looks at us as his
Uh,
greatest creation.
All right, so you guys are saying that only people, and he says I argue, but I can't even get a word in edgewise. But you guys are saying,
if you don't,
but
if you don't
but
follow that,
but-
then you ain't gonna believe.
but you guys are saying that only people
Plain and
that
simple.
you guys are saying that only good people on this planet are people that read the Bible.
No.
Is that what you guys are saying?
No.
See, now
I
you
asked a question.
No.
twisted.
That
That's
was
a question.
You might
No.
as well braid.
That is a question.
you
No.
know how to braid.
The answer,
That's a
Rob,
question.
is
now
no.
you're twisted.
The answer is no. Okay, good.
No.
Okay.
There's
Then we're good with that.
There's billions of good people on
Okay, thank you. That's all I'm
But
saying.
they ain't
That
going-
don't believe in no Bible.
They ain't going to heaven though.
Yeah, well,
That's
if they
right.
don't believe in the Bible, they ain't going
They
to
could
heaven.
be good.
Oh,
They
no,
could-
they better
if
than
they
some
don't believe
Christians.
in
They
the
could
Lord
say
Jesus
better than
Christ,
some
that's
Christians.
written in here too.
They could
If
Okay,
you
say
don't
lies.
testify to the Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior, you will not make it.
All
in.
right, so
Every
so
time y'all
this,
move, y'all moving me, man.
That's in here
this
too.
is the whack
Stop
part of that
moving me
right there. Let me just give you the whack
Again,
part of that.
This
All
is
right,
a
so-
simple
If
discussion
you want to make the
about
kingdom
what
of
you
heaven,
believe.
you better
All
read
right.
this Bible.
The conclusion.
You want to
So-
make it to the kingdom.
No, I can. You know what I
Read
can
the
do?
Bible.
I can just do what the heck I want to do all my life, right? Sin, commit fornication, rape, murder,
And before you die,
and then
you
right
just-
before I die, 5 minutes, God, my bad, and then
I
I'm
screwed up.
And then if I really believe that, like when they say if you
So
really
what I-
believe it in your heart,
So what I
confess it with
believe
your
in-
mouth, only thing that is I'm just mind tricking myself so I can get into heaven in this last 5 minutes of life. That's what Constantine did. Ain't that what Constantine did?
yes.
So
Right
you-
before he died.
But he didn't convert to Trinitarianism.
the movie?
He converted to
So the heaven of Christianity.
what's his name?
No, yeah.
Arianism.
That's wrong
Arianism.
too.
He went to he converted to Arianism, not Trinitarianism, which he pushed forward. He pushed the Trinity forth, but he wasn't even when he died. He did convert, but not to Trinitarianism. But he
Thing
did
is,
convert to Christianity.
how could you be
So you admit
You don't
that he
think God
didn't,
can
he
spot
didn't
that?
create Christianity.
Well, he
the rule is
created it for
God can't go
for the
back on his rules.
Catholics,
The
yes.
rule
Do you
is
think
created
he-
for the
you
Catholics
think he
when he
gonna-
made it
you
universal.
think he can
Yes, he
spot
did.
that?
Yes, that's a fact.
Okay,
anybody
so-
can spot that. You don't have to be a mighty God to spot
He
that.
knows the heart. God's gonna go by what's in your heart.
Yeah, but I can see you and know your heart, and I'm not God. I'm not
You can see
the
what's in my
God.
heart.
All right, so
Huh?
can I
Yeah,
say
I can
this
see your
real
heart. Why you
quick,
think I
man?
mess with you,
Because
man?
you
You're a
don't-
good dude.
But all right, cool. But it don't mean nothing. I come rob you tomorrow. What's that
Well,
mean?
listen,
I'm a nice dude.
I'm kind of suicidal,
I'm
so
a nice dude.
I hope I'm in a
I'll
good
rob
mood
you,
when you
they
come
be
and
like,
rob
yo,
me.
I don't know who did it.
If you rob me, you just be practicing, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
man, you right. I said, bro, you
That's
just,
what I'm just
hey,
saying.
man. But we know what? Nobody's broke. Nobody's
If he robbing me for money,
All
he'd
I'm
be just
saying-
practicing.
Because all you got is cars.
All I'm saying is, look,
I got his
when you
family.
build a
love.
Oh, he
relationship
got his
with
cars.
with
Okay,
God,
Cards.
if you build that,
Credit
if you're
cards.
willing
Oh,
to
credit
build a
cards.
relationship
Well, that's
with
a good
God,
thing.
then he'll know your heart and he'll know about what you do.
Right.
Okay, so let me
Well, he
ask you a
knows what
question.
you're doing anyway.
Do God realize that book right there is mad confusing? That if somebody, he's
Oh,
so
man,
smart.
don't
Do
ask
he
that
understand that why I could be feeling the way I feel about that book, do you think he understands that?
Mm-hmm.
Or does he
Oh,
want,
yeah.
or does he want me to just
Why
blindly
you
worship?
think there's error in the Bible? Why you think there's stuff that's in there that's man in there?
You believe that?
It's stuff in there that's man.
It's
Oh
not-
my God.
It's not.
It's error.
It's
You hear
not
what he just
error.
said?
That's incredible.
It's not error from the sense
I
that
agree
it's
with you
written
100%.
wrong.
No, I'm
That's
not
what we
saying
was
it's
saying.
error
in,
wrong.
it's
I'm
error in
saying
the fact that they did wrong,
Yeah, they did wrong. They do wrong in the Bible.
and that's
Yeah.
a fact. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
If
It's
we're
in
saying
there.
the same thing now, I'm not sure because he
Not
switched it up
comfortable
at the
with that,
end.
right?
There's a
At
difference.
first, I
Y'all
thought he was
it's
saying
demonic.
something, and then he
Nah, it's
switched
not.
Nah, it's not demonic.
It's not demonic. Y'all saying that. It's not
You
demonic.
got
There is some
how you
demonic
gonna
stuff
show
in the Bible.
somebody something? All
It
right,
talks about
this is my
demons.
There is some.
It talks
demonic
about
stuff
evil
in
and
the
wicked.
Bible. Yeah, there is.
I mean,
that
God
don't mean
said,
the right in
God
itself
said
is-
he
Solomon
create
was the-
evil.
was-
He create
Come on.
everything. He got
You know
evil.
about
He
Solomon.
create all that. My thing
He
is,
did.
he said
Show me.
A
something.
whole bunch of demon worship in that Bible, man.
Show me
But
what
the
he
people
said.
that's serving God
I
don't
create
worship
good. I
demons.
create evil.
Not the people that's
What'd he
serving God
say?
worship demons.
Where did he say
Some
that?
of them do.
Yeah,
Some of them in the
I-
Bible
I-
worship
I-
demons.
make sure you get it from
Solomon,
the Bible.
Solomon was supposed to worship
Okay.
God, and he worshiped demons.
Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
fell
ask
off.
the
Yeah.
AI where it's
Yeah.
at.
He
and
fell
see
off.
what they
Right.
got to
And
say.
so do y'all.
And isn't that in there?
And so do y'all.
And isn't that in there?
Yes, and so do y'all.
Yeah,
Y'all do
yeah.
the same thing. You guys who say that y'all believe in God, a lot of y'all believe in demons. A lot of y'all worship demons, and a lot of y'all,
worship
and
demons? We
yes, y'all
worship
do.
demons.
Nah,
And,
we only worship
and,
God.
and a lot of y'all,
We only worship
in
God.
front of other people,
I would
you
give
believe
you
in Jesus and everything like
God.
that. But behind closed doors,
What
the
they say?
esoteric and exoteric,
Mhm.
behind closed
That's it.
doors, you believe in something totally
says-
different.
Not
And as a matter of fact,
necessarily.
a lot of
No,
times
no,
it's just
no.
the opposite.
Actually, I will give you that we fall off
because
because
we
we
all
all do sin.
That's right. Y'all ain't
We
perfect
all
because y'all
do
believe in the
sin.
Bible.
Brother, nobody's saying they perfect.
Some
But we
don't
know
believe in
that
the Bible,
we
but
know
I
who
strive
is
to be
perfect.
From disaster,
We know who is
prosperity
perfect.
to evil.
And that being the
Instead of
case,
darkness, it says
we
evil.
don't deny
Create
that we
evil.
do make
This
errors.
says darkness.
Wait.
Darkness
scripture.
Bring this out.
But
Bring that out.
scripture-
Bring that out.
It's different.
It's
Bring that
Isaiah
out.
45:7.
What does
Mhm.
it say?
Isaiah 45:7.
What does it
You
say?
pull that up.
Let him pull
No,
it up.
no,
in
you
the-
said.
Where
what
he
does it
talks
say?
about I create evil.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
said that?
that's what I
God said that?
Yes.
Yeah, God said that.
I
Now,
told you God said that.
what does evil
You said
mean in
that, what
that?
it mean?
What does it mean in that case?
Evil means evil, man. That's what we get. This is
No,
where
sir.
we get
No,
crazy because we start wanting it to mean something different. We start
Trying to change the words when it doesn't
we
fit
start
your
like
narrative.
No.
fit-
When it doesn't
yeah,
fit your
we
narrative,
start
you
to-
want to change the definition.
right.
Again,
Evil is evil.
you're trying to
Evil is
change the-
evil.
the-
Day is
it's
day.
still the
Night
same
is
narrative.
night. Darkness is darkness. Light is light. There's no,
How
you know.
much time we got?
We
Man,
over.
we way
We're done.
over,
We're
man.
done.
Matt, what we
How
got?
far over we are, Matt? Are we 22 minutes over?
Are we done, right? We wrapping this up?
We gotta wrap this up.
Close them out.
We gotta come back.
Nah,
I think
you
this was
want to conclude
good.
this, man. I wanted to conclude.
He don't
this
want. He
today.
don't want to talk about this no more
I want to hit you with this
because
one.
he's trying. He
But
thinks we
First
gonna be
Corinthians
converted,
chapter
and we
2,
not
verse
gonna be
14.
converted to that
It's
stuff
not
because
about
we know
being
better.
converted,
We know
brother.
better than that.
It's about being willing to understand.
We're understanding, and we're trying to.
Because he
understand
just
and accept
said
what you're saying.
Isaiah chapter 45, verse what was it,
Nah,
7?
that's-
7. Yeah.
7.
We can't.
Where
do that.
God declared that he creates evil.
Yes, he
Now,
does.
Now, my question is, and I asked the question, what is it that he's talking about when he says evil? And then Rob says evil is evil. It
No,
don't
my
matter.
cousin
I
said
said that.
My
Well,
cousin
Well,
said that.
my
I
bad.
didn't say that.
What you said that. Evil is evil. It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. Evil is
Okay.
evil.
But the question on the table for you to research is evil simply evil when it comes to the scripture? Or are there different interpretations
There's no
of the
different
same
levels.
word?
Evil is evil.
No. You don't have to answer. You know what? I said this was going to be the culmination. It's
ain't-
not. We're going to come back. We're going to come back. But I want to finish this right here.
When next week?
Yeah.
Next week? All right. He's coming back next
I
week.
wanna
So
finish
for
this.
now, we can wrap this up. Then
I want to finish this
Not to
because I
I
left
knew it was
off
gonna
talking
be the
about
end.
Moses,
I already knew that.
and I didn't get to fully get into the statement that you don't believe any book that don't
That-
have.
for anybody who don't
I
believe in
got
God,
very
there is a
good
God.
questions.
There is a
Well,
God, and I believe
Well,
in
you write
God.
down your questions. Listen,
I'm just saying I could.
I wanted to. I wrote it this.
You sure can.
I wrote it this. I'm making my list. I started
Matt,
to talk
Shaw,
about
would you
the
Yo,
statement.
can we do this next week?
Hold up, man.
Let me wrap it up,
Would you let me finish one thing? I wanted to start with the next week when we come back. I want to start with finishing the statement because it was made. You guys don't believe a book or any book, right? that
We don't
have-
believe in worshiping a book.
that
No.
don't have the author.
We
name
don't
on
believe in
it.
worshiping a book.
No, I'm not talking
No.
about that.
No.
I'm talking about
Use the
the
book.
statement that y'all made
No.
before was if the name
We don't believe in
of
a
the
worshipable
author,
book.
Let him finish.
We don't
All
worship
right.
a book. Let him
and
finish
he
the book.
says
y'all
he
worship
don't
the book.
argue with people.
Let him finish. Right.
All right. So
I'm not arguing. I'm
We get our-
interjecting.
We get our truth from.
I could have been a
So-
lawyer.
Whoa,
perhaps. If I
that's
was
right.
a better public speaker, I could have
We
been
get
a
our
lawyer.
truth.
perhaps.
Sean, you my
I
dude,
got
but
I got
whoa.
a joke to say, but
Yeah,
I'm leaving it
whoa.
alone because he said
Whoa.
I'll be
What did
attacking.
you
I don't want to
You get
attack.
that. You get
truth.
We get the truth from the book.
Well, because there's a lot of truth in the book, and the whole point
So
of it
as
is
you live and learn, you don't learn the truth. You don't learn what's true and what's not true. You gotta have to look in the
Some-
book every time.
Oh, it's always learning through. You walking.
Okay, all right. So
All
why
right,
you need a book?
But
So what
we
you need the
walk
book for?
with Jesus Christ. With
But they
You can't
said
walk-
they
you
don't
can't walk
believe
through
any
lines.
book
You can't
Yeah.
walk through
that
lines.
doesn't have the name of the author on it.
Listen, why?
No, we said that we didn't believe that it's a historical book.
You said
Right?
that too.
Yes, yes. But
Sean,
he
I'm
said,
gonna
he
ask
said
you a
the one about
question.
the names.
Let me
He
ask
said
you
there's no
exactly.
Can I ask Sean
My
a
cousin
question?
said that.
Sean,
Yo, let's finish this
all right,
next week.
This is the
please.
last question,
All right.
and I won't ask no more. Sean, if you didn't have that book right there, right, would you know without
from
being
wrong.
told that you shouldn't kill anybody? Would you know that without that book? Be for real.
Yeah, you could.
Just
You should.
yes or no
you
answer.
should.
I'm
you
gonna shoot
should.
you a few questions. You just yes
It's,
or no. All right?
it's you should.
You
Yeah.
should. One person should know.
Mhm.
How about rape,
That's a no.
child molest?
Oh, that's a no.
How about kidnap?
Oh, that's a no.
So you would know all these things without that book, right?
Mhm.
So what is that book teaching you that you don't know?
It's teaching me how to be spiritually moved to control.
It's teaching you to worship.
to
Come on, say
worship
it.
who?
God.
Yeah.
Because
And to
enough-
worship the book.
We're worshiping God.
But I
yeah,
worship
Alright.
but
God
at the
too.
same
I worship
time,
God. How
the
do I worship
God.
God?
At the same
difference
time,
I
hold on.
personally, I worship God. I believe in God.
This is why. This is why the Bible is spiritually influenced.
All right,
written
next week,
by-
man,
The
next
difference, the
by
difference is
God,
why
because-
me
Yeah,
and
talking
Rob
about
is a little
spiritual is
different
next
from you
week.
guys.
Next week.
We
I
don't
love
really
spiritual.
need the book
I love
to know
spiritual. I never
Next
run
what's
week,
from
right
next
and
week.
wrong.
I never run
Mhm.
from spirituality.
Because
never.
the God we believe in
I
put
can't
that
wait to
into our
finish
hard
this, man.
drive.
This is good.
Okay.
Yeah, but some of that stuff is nonsense. So.
Okay.
What's
not
not
true.
true?
Some of that Moses,
Is
that
that-
stuff
that's
he
in
was
your hard
reading,
drive?
I already heard it.
It's,
So-
in,
no,
it's
no,
in
no,
my
no.
hard drive, not the
I'm
rape
about to go
and-
into
and
the
molest.
Sumerians in the book
Okay,
of Enoch. I'm about to go into that.
Okay.
Oh man, we're gonna bust you.
Let me ask you this then.
I'm glad you are because you're gonna be surprisingly shocked.
We'll
Are
see.
you
Can I
happy
say
married,
that
man?
surprisingly shocked?
We'll see.
How
Oh, you
long?
said
You're gonna be
happily?
pleasingly
Yeah.
surprised. That's
That's objectionable, man. I
What?
can't.
Wait, what?
He asked me, was I a happily married man? I
Ooh.
mean, do they even exist?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, they exist.
When you concern, when you continue, when you
Don't admit nothing like that on the microphone.
when you put into
But see,
perspective
this-
what it means to be happy.
This is where you get God from.
So God can give you a
He-
happy marriage?
He could teach
You don't think you can't?
He could teach you, inform you to have a happy marriage.
You know, my wife was a Christian, and she said that she needs Jesus. She needs to know how to love Jesus
Mhm.
so she can love everybody else right.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so if I
Listen
don't
to your
love,
wife.
if I don't love Jesus,
Listen to your
then I
wife.
can't love
Please.
everybody else right.
Why?
No, if you don't love yourself, you can't love other people right. You need to love you. That's what you
Look,
need. That's who you need to
it-
love.
look,
And
Well,
you
let me
need to
ask you
love
this
anybody
question. Let me
else
ask
right.
Listen to
everybody.
your
Let me
wife.
ask everybody this question.
I got a question that could shut this
Really,
whole
really,
thing
really
down,
quick.
but I'll
Let's
save it
really
for next
quick,
week.
really quick, really quick.
Well, show. Well, ask the
I'm
question.
gonna
Do
ask
you
after
believe-
the-
do you
after the camera
believe-
goes.
Okay.
Do you believe in the saying? Do you accept it? Do you agree with it?
Accept it.
Do you accept the saying? Do you agree with it? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Of course.
We see y'all next week.
You know what? Guess where you get that from?
That's common sense.
That's in
Did you
Yeah, it's
need
also
the
in the
Bible
Bible.
to tell you that?
All right.
Sean?
So,
Break
so.
it. Break it.
But let me break this down. I thank y'all for coming out and listen to this conversation.
Yeah.
We thought we was gonna have to finalize it,
I really
but I
did.
guess not.
I thought we would.
It's gonna be continued. I knew it wasn't gonna be. But, but at
It's
the
good
same
talk.
time,
yeah,
Don't hate
Sean
us,
did
don't
say,
hate us.
Sean
Great
did say that it
conversation.
wasn't going to be fine.
great conversation. So for me,
It's fiery, but we still
Kenny,
love each other.
Rob's
Oh.
a little lion, Ronald, my boy Matt over there in the house.
Thank you, Matt.
We'll
Matt,
see
man.
y'all next
Peace,
week.
Matt.
Peace.
Peace.